Next up on the Cosmic News Network, the Cosmic News with Dirk Bradshaw.
Hey, boys. I'm speaking directly just to you guys because I hate to break it to you. You think the holidays are over. You got Christmas behind you, you got New Year's behind you, and then guess what creeps up? That's right, the vicious old Valentine's Day. Well, you're broke, maybe even unemployed. What are you going to do for that lady love in your life? You want some loving tonight, right? Well, you need to go to freeinla.com. Freeinla.com has over 3,000 date suggestions for you to do. Not for a little bit of money, but for free. Check out freeinla.com, your Valentine's Day source.
Flying high above the planet Earth, this is the Cosmic News with Dirk Bradshaw. Brought to you by CosmicNewsNetwork.com. Hey there, boys and girls. It is I, Dirk Bradshaw, the guy who gives you the Cosmic News. And tonight, we are going to ask the big question. Who owns the Internet? Now, silly me, I always thought that no one actually owned the Internet, and that no one single person or organization controlled the Internet in its entirety. I always thought it was more of a concept than an actual tangible entity. See, I always thought that the Internet relies on a physical infrastructure that connects networks to other networks. I always thought that there were many organizations, corporations, governments, schools, private citizens, and service providers that all owned just a piece of the infrastructure, and that there was no one body that owns it all. However, David Icke says that I'm full of and that I'm talking out of my ass. So I hand it over to you, David Icke, smart and you tell the audience who really owns the Internet.
Who controls the web? The spider controls the web. And the spider is at a level that you never see. It's not Tony Blair. He's a strand. The Bush family, they're a strand. Even the Rockefellers are a strand. The real power that's manipulating all this, you never see. It operates from the shadows. So it's operating to a central dictating policy. And this is why you're seeing the same things happen in all different countries at the same time. It's because the orders and the policy are coming from a central point. We can work on the level of banking scams, political scams, manipulated wars, manipulated 9/11s, and we should, because we need to know that. But if that's all we're doing in terms of communicating knowledge, then basically we're operating in a cycle of this is the problem, but how the hell do we get out of this? We will never know how to set ourselves free until we understand the nature of who we bloody well are. How do you set yourself free when you don't even know you are? How do you set yourself free when you don't even know the nature of reality that you're living in and manifesting and making happen without your knowledge that you're making it happen? You can't. So alongside the information about, the 5 sense level of this conspiracy, if you like, we have to, just as powerfully, I would say more powerfully, communicate the nature of reality and how we are creating our reality and how we are allowing it to be created for us by having ourselves programmed with certain beliefs, certain perceptions, and all the rest of it all the time. The two must go together, otherwise, you know, we're never going to get out of this. If I tell you that's a computer and you are infinite consciousness, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm telling you what you've forgotten. Because what happens is you come into this world and with this knowledge suppressed, it's like someone once said, you imagine you come into the world and someone tells you that 2 and 2 equals 5. Your parents tell you that from the earliest age, 2 and 2 equals 5. You then go to kindergarten and nice teachers tell you that 2 and 2 equals 5. You then go to school and teachers at junior school, senior school, they tell you 2 and 2 equals 5. By now, all your mates who've been through the same system, they're telling you 2 and 2 equals 5, and if you say it equals 4, they laugh at you. You then go to university. Professors with letters after the name, moustaches. They say, 2 and 2 equals 5, you know. Oh, no, 2 equals 4. No, I've been doing this 50 years. I've met all the best brains in the world. It equals 5. That boy will not go far. And then you turn the telly on, and someone's going, good evening, 2 and 2 equals 5. Now the weather, right? There's a good chance that you'll go through the whole of your life believing 2 and 2 equals 5, but it still equals 4. And what this information about the nature of reality is doing, basically it's saying, do you remember 2 and 2? 4. Oh yes! And this is why this has such an impact on people. When they hear it, something goes, this is true. This is true, because they're remembering it. We are in a world in which the vast majority of the population is in an amnesic state. They are in a hypnotic trance because they have been implanted with false information about themselves and the world ever since they arrived. All freedom is our natural and eternal right, not the gift of some dark suit or uniform to decide if it's going to give it to us or not. And so this is also not a day for being intimidated and frightened by this big brother crap and all these goons in uniform who seek to impose someone else's will upon us. It's just about exposing the way they're seeking to enslave us so we can see the game and therefore not play it. In fact, my attitude to Big Brother can be summed up thus. Oh, Big Brother, oh my God! God, sod that for a lark.
can't believe it's over. Where does the time go? Well, I see the fat lady's off the stage. She's looking right at me. It's time for me to go put her to bed. I hate goodbyes. So instead I'm going to say, until we meet again, I'm Dirk Bradshaw for the Cosmic News. Wake up.